Oh, he won't stand for that. Well, that was exhilarating. First serious stag, and I'm just watching and I'm enjoying and I'm taking in the spectacle of the rut right in front of me. Good morning and welcome back to the channel. Now at the time of recording, I'm still putting out my Scotland tour videos, but we are now definitely into autumn, and there's one particular trip that I try to do every year. It's become a bit of an annual pilgrimage for me, and that is my trip to Tatton Park to see the red deer rutting. So we're just walking into the park now, just as the sun is beginning to rise, to see if we can find any of the stunning red stags. So come along for the journey and see what I see. Well, what a disaster. I've come early doors so that we could be here for sunrise. And I come last year at this time, and you could always get, I know the vehicle entrance is closed and you can't get in till the park opens, but the pedestrian gate has never been closed. And this year they've closed it. And pedestrians can't get in till 8 o'clock, which means the best of the light, this next half hour of golden light, gone. I genuinely don't understand that. Take 2. Pedestrian gates are open now. Somebody's obviously been down and opened them. We are at 10 to 8. So we've probably missed the best of the golden light, but it's still quite a pleasant light this morning. And already as we're walking in, I can see one of the red deer right ahead of me. I know a lot of people say it's like shooting fish in a barrel, or, you know, coming to a deer park, but it really does afford you some fantastic opportunities. We're back up to Scotland next weekend, and I'm hoping to photograph the deer up while we're up in Scotland. And we might be fortunate enough to be able to do so. And it will require quite a bit more work than we're achieving here. However, to be able to walk into a park and immediately upon entry start to see the red deer is just incredible. Let me show you what I'm looking at. So we were treated to the 3 stags when we first walked into the park. They were really the young pretenders. They weren't bellowing. They were absolutely loaded with testosterone, and they were just happy to fight anything and anyone. I think on video I caught one ramming its horn into the backside of the other one, and then one of them tore off at 100 mile an hour and skidded on the road, and I just thought, we might just back away from them. More than anything, they weren't in ideal light. Now the sun is coming up and we've got some fantastic golden light coming across the park.
But no deer.
But no deer, and that is always the way.
Oh dear.
Oh dear, there's no deer. And it's one of the things that I would say, you know, you come to these deer parks and you expect the deer to be right in front of you, and it's a big old park, Tatton Park. Dunham Massey is a much smaller park, not too far away from here, but they don't have the red deer, they just have fallow. So you've got to put in a little bit of walking to be able to find your target species, and then to hopefully find them in an area that's been bathed in the golden light that we're here so early for. So fingers crossed we'll find them. First serious stag. Now you come across the young pretenders, and then when you come across one of these boys, my God, they're just a different animal. They are the largest land animal in the UK, and when they're in readiness for rut, they are absolutely in their prime. Their antlers are just phenomenal weaponry, and they're so charged. I mean, at the moment he's chasing off two of the young pretenders. He is huge. His neck is absolutely massive. His antlers were laden with various bits of grass, and what they do is they create a scrape, and they create that scrape on the ground, and then they pee in it, and then they rub their antlers and their chest into that scrape, and then that's the pheromones that attract the female. Combine that with the bellowing and the displaying, and what you've got is just an absolutely phenomenal animal. The largest land mammal in the UK, and a serious, well, they're just incredible. It's the only way to describe it. One of the only problems that I'm going to have today in Tatton Park is, obviously we're out on the flight path from Manchester Airport, and they're going to be flying across here pretty consistently, so apologies for the airplane noise, but we'll just have to put up with it. So we're going to take a little short break from our Tatton Park video to talk to you about this video's sponsor. So this video's sponsor is by a company called Like Me. And so Like Me have put forward a product that I'm really quite excited about. This product is an open earbud. So the purpose of open earbuds is that they sit, rather than inside the ear canal, they sit on the outside, and it should mean that you've got the opportunity to hear around you, but also crystal clear audio inside the ear. So when Like Me contacted me about these earbuds, I was really quite excited about it, because actually audio is something that I spend a lot of time perfecting on my videos. So I thought what I would do is I would open this product for you, have a little bit of a talk around it, and then we'll get back to the video. So straight out of the packet, all you have to do is open the box, and once you open the box, they automatically flick into Bluetooth mode, into pairing mode. So then you just open your phone, you find your Bluetooth, you find the name Like Me Cozy Clips, you click it to them, and straight away they link up. All you have to do to put these onto your ears is you just take them out, and then you just slide them over your ear so that the the bud section hovers near to where your ear canal is. And you put that on both sides. When they're in place, it plays a little sound, just a little tone to let you know that they're in place. And the sound quality is awesome. I wasn't quite sure what to expect from these. I currently use the Apple iPhone AirPods, the AirPod Pros, and they're fantastic, but these are really, really comfortable. One of the problems I have with in-ear AirPods, earpods, or any music device that goes inside the ear canal, I find them quite uncomfortable to wear, whereas these are so comfortable I can barely even feel them on my ear, and the sound quality is fantastic. Definitely worth a purchase. What I would say about this product is that I've managed to secure you a 10% discount, so I'll pop a link to the web page below. When you're purchasing them, to get your 10% discount from Amazon, all you need to use is the discount code Dan Willis. That's DANWILLIS, Dan Willis, for 10% off. An absolutely fantastic piece of kit. Let's get back to the video. So I've just positioned myself against a tree, and I've got a very large herd of hinds with the big dominant stag roaming amongst them, and he's chancing his arm with all the different hinds. He's chasing them around really, but around the edge of that are the challengers. So sat probably maybe 150 metres away from me is a very, very big challenger. He's sat down at the moment, and every time the main stag bellows, he responds with a bellow, as you can hear now. So I'm going to keep monitoring the big dominant stag, because he's holding court at the moment. He's in this little meadow of grass, and anybody that steps out of the woods that I'm in now onto that kind of patch that's his, he shoos them away, he gets rid of them. So he's doing his best at the moment to mate, but at the same time he's got his eye on all these challengers that are sitting around the outside, and he's getting rid of them. But I also have to be very mindful that there could be the stag that he cleared off before was behind me. If he comes back, I'm right in the middle of him, so I've just got to be constantly mindful of what's around me. He's coming this way, he's going to kick off. He's chasing. Oh, look at that, they're chasing. They're both going the same direction. Oh, he won't stand for that. It is exhilarating stuff. We've got the main herd of hinds, which is now pushed off from where we were. And we've got several large stags, and some of these hinds must be in season, must be ready to mate, because the stags have just switched on, and they're coming in from, I mean, look at this one coming in from the right. They're coming in from every angle now, and they're chasing down the other stags to be the dominant stag over the harem. We've got, I think, probably about 6 stags surrounding the dominant male, and the minute he chases one off, another one comes in and he has to turn around and chase them. And when he's not chasing them, he's chasing the females. But it's exhilarating stuff. But at the same time, you've constantly got to have your wits about you, because if you don't, a stag will come in from behind you, and it's the ones that are pushed off, the lesser males. When they're being chased off, they're angry. They're angry that they've lost face to that big male, and because of that, they're more likely to kind of charge you. The one thing that I look forward to when we're in Scotland photographing the rut is that we won't have blooming planes flying over every 5 seconds and destroying my audio and destroying any chance of you being able to hear them bellow. It is so annoying. Oh, there's so many stags now. There's one over there with a harem. I recently recorded a podcast with the Wild X boys, so that's Adam Dukes, Mike Phelps, Andy Green, and we had a fantastic discussion about a whole plethora of topics to do with photography. But one of the things that it was Adam that mentioned, and it stuck with me, is that you've got to remember when you're out photographing to put your camera down and just take in what's going on around you. And I had to, when I reflected on that, I thought to myself, do you know, I've never seen a white-tailed eagle come in and grab a fish off the surface unless it's been through my viewfinder. Because every time I've gone on mull charters, it's all about getting the photograph, so I rarely put the camera down. And so I've never actually seen it with my own eyes. So I'm taking that advice right now, and I'm putting the camera down, and I'm just watching, and I'm enjoying, and I'm taking in the spectacle of the rut right in front of me. So we are 10 to 10, and one of the things that I've noticed when I've been photographing, particularly at Tatton, is the stags are really active at first light. So first light, they are running around, bellowing, chasing off, challenging, sparring, everything. And then you hit mid-morning and there is a definite lull in activity. Most of the stags now are either sat down resting or are off grazing in a patch of land, and they're not chasing the hinds around. So there is definite payoffs for coming early. I just wish that blooming gate had been open earlier still, because I'd have been able to be here at first light rather than just after. We're back at the van after a successful morning's photography. Lots and lots of different action taking place in Tatton Park this morning. Lots and lots of rutting. There was some coming together of antlers, which is something you don't often see, and we saw that right in the distance. It wasn't up close. Most of what we saw was the stags asserting dominance, prancing around and clearing off any of the challengers. So that made for some fantastic photographs. The photograph that I always aim to achieve when I come here is to get photographs of them bellowing, where they're really kind of roaring up into the sky, and we definitely had opportunities for that. If you've enjoyed this video, give it a like. If you've not yet subscribed, come on, costs you nothing, does wonders for the channel. If you want to show that bit of extra support, please consider doing so. We've got a buy me a coffee, link will be at the bottom of the screen and the description to the video. We're off up to Scotland on Saturday, another Scottish adventure, and Pops is coming along for this one, and we're off up to Aviemore. We've got lots of things booked in for there. We've got a badger hide, and there's a chance that we might get to see Scottish wildcat. I know that is something that viewers of the channel have asked about in the past, so fingers crossed we might get a glimpse of a Scottish wildcat. We've got a red squirrel hide with Neil McIntyre. We've got the crested tits with Neil McIntyre. I'm going to try and get the rut up in the Findorn Valley, maybe even try and find a few mountain hares along the way as well. So until next time, I'm from the wonderful Tatton Park, and while these blooming planes are flying over, ta-ra!